All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I wanted to really just touch on the whole Malachi Corley situation, the contract situation. As we all know, Corley has not signed his rookie deal. He's the last Jet to sign. Voluntary OTAs are over, mandatory minicamp is over, and we're looking ahead to training camp and preseason and, a bunch of super exciting stuff. But ideally, you want to get your rookie signed as quickly as possible. And if my math is correct, there's only 6 players left that haven't been signed, right? Out of the whole class, there's only 6 players left. One of those is Malachi Corley. I remember, I think it was in the last week or two, Penix has signed, Ladd McConkey has signed, I believe Dallas Turner has signed as well, so that number continues to dip, but we're right now around 6. Now, of course, it's not the biggest deal in the world because it will get done at some point in time. Actually, no rookie has held out since this wage setup has taken or got put into effect, which was back, I believe, in 2010, 2011, right after the Sam Bradford year, so 2011. No rookies held out, which is a huge positive for the NFL, because if we think back, we did have holdouts, right? Jamarcus Russell held out. It was a bit of an issue, but now with this setup, everybody really knows what these guys are going to get paid. Corley, I believe, is slated for a 4-year contract worth just over $6 million. So look, we know it's going to get done at some point. The question is when. If this turns into, and because look, it's not out of the realm of possibilities that we see somebody miss a couple days of training camp. Think back to Sam Darnold, right? That's the biggest name that comes into my head, right? 3rd overall pick, comes in, a lot of hype, a lot of expectations, doesn't sign the rookie deal. It lingers and lingers and lingers, and all of a sudden, training camp starts and Darnold's not there. He eventually signs, and are a couple days of training camp the end-all be-all of an NFL player? No, absolutely not. But in the case of Corley, it is an interesting storyline, because if he continues to remain unsigned, and we're getting these reports about Xavier Gipson turning heads and taking a leap, and all these positive stuff coming out, all of these positive really reports and rumblings coming out about Gipson, if he continues to shine, and say Corley's not there for a week, would that give Gipson a leg up on the starting slot wide receiver position? Whereas, if the season were to start today, it would probably look like Gipson would be that guy anyway. It's an interesting debate. It's an interesting conversation. Again, one practice, a couple days of practice, 1 week of practice, probably not going to mean a ton in the grand scheme of things. Again, this rookie deal will get signed at some point in time. But I did want to pose that question, if this does linger, if a month goes by, a month and a week, a month and 2 weeks goes by, and all of a sudden we're in, early August, and Corley still remains unsigned and training camp practices are going on, could Gipson help solidify that starting wide receiver 3 role, at least maybe early on in the season? And look, this is a good problem to have, right? When you could talk about 2 young, promising slot wide receivers, or really when it comes to any position, tackle, wide receiver, safety, whatever. But when we were taking a look at the New York Jets, obviously it helps that we're talking about offensive players, guys that are going to help out the passing game. Aaron Rodgers taking some of the pressure off him. But again, I just wanted to get this out there, pose that question to you. Do you think it's a big deal or not? And I'm referencing, Corley actually missing training camp days, and who knows if it'll get to that point. News could literally break today, tomorrow, the next day, so hopefully that is the case. But until then, one of 7 players that remain unsigned at this point in time. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and as always, go Jets.